I had 49,
right.
but that's going to be the game. So it's 49-8 will be your final. We're going with that. Yeah, there is lightning around the area, so they're just stopping the game, calling it. So 49-8 will be the final. Skyview goes to 2-1 on the season. A great game for the Bobcats to kind of get their feet back under them after that tough loss last week where they played so well against Sky Ridge but just came up short in that third quarter. But Skyview gets the victory, 49-8. Tremendous job. And Rex, the Bobcats, they will be at home next week for their first home game in Smithfield at Bobcat Stadium. So come out to that game next Friday. We'll be on the air around 6:45, but they'll be facing the Madison Bobcats, who want a little bit of revenge. Bobcats beat them, Skyview did, last year in Rexburg. So do we have any final stats ready?
Yeah, Adam's working on those. I just want to quickly recap. The old Gristmill bread and butter play of the game was the 30-yard pass play from Mason Falslev to Trey Nyman, the touchdown play there. So just real quick, I wanted to recap that. All right, Adam Sherwood drove all the way up from Layton to bring us these stats. Mason Falslev finished the night 14 of 18, 223 yards and 3 touchdowns. Kason Carlson went 1 for 1 for 3 yards. Rushing the ball tonight, much better offensively. Walter Collins, 8 carries, 51 yards, and a touchdown. Gino DiMuzio, 5 carries, 30 yards on the night. So much better out of both those backs. And receiving tonight, Scout Morris had 3 catches, 80 yards, and a touchdown. Kason Carlson also had 3 catches for 23 yards. Defensively, it looks like Hunter Lewis led the way on defense with 5 tackles, as well as Kason Flaherty had a couple, Trayson Martindale had 4, Jackson Wilson had a couple, and a big one that stood out to me was Reed Wild checking in. He didn't check in till later in the second half, but as soon as he did, he started making an impact at linebacker. So good job out of him. Jake Zollinger, 2 fumble recoveries for 2 touchdowns tonight defensively for the Bobcats. And John, I'm going to say good luck naming your player of the game, as Titan Saxon also had a receiving touchdown and an interception. You got the 2 fumble recoveries by Jake Zollinger, so good luck naming your player of the game here tonight.
I thought that was your responsibility when we started this at the start of the season. We discussed all these things, but anyway, we'll have to come up with that. But
if you're going to leave it up to me, for me, Jacob Zollinger played so well on both sides of the ball, but I think he was also very fortunate that those balls bounced his way. I think Titan Saxon went out there, got the pick, got the touchdown reception, because that wasn't an easy catch. Like you had mentioned, he climbed the ladder to make that touchdown reception. So for me, it's down to those 2 guys, and I would lean a little bit towards Titan, but it's hard to not give it to a guy that has 2 touchdown fumble recoveries. It's hard to not give it to a quarterback that goes 14 of 18 for 223 yards too. So,
well, because the defense, we have to give it to someone on defense, because the defense played so well last week. They held Skyridge under 200 yards. So we'll probably decide on it during the week. But Titan Saxton, Jacob Zollinger, we'll just talk about them as having good games, and they will be one of those 2 will be the player of the game, and more than likely I'll just give it to both of them, and we'll call it good. But, well, we'll be at home next week again. Stay tuned. Skyview will face Madison, and that game will be at Bobcat Stadium next week, and then region play gets underway. And, Rex, we can't wait for that to happen, and it should be an exciting one. So we thank you for staying with us with that lightning delay that put us back an hour. But, again, the Skyview Bobcats are victorious over Shelley, 49-8. That's going to do it for us tonight. For Diana Young, our producer in studio, we appreciate her staying with us as well and keeping us on the air. Have a great night, everybody, and a great Labor Day weekend. We'll see you next Friday at Bobcat Stadium. Good night, everyone.
This Skyview Sports broadcast has been a presentation of Sports Talk Radio. 106.9 FM, 1390 AM. The Fan.